Yo, what it do, YouTube? Johnny here, and welcome everybody back to another episode of Planet Zoo. Today, we're going to be working on the train station, and as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be working on our Prairie ecosystem as well. But yeah, like I said, first and foremost, the train station. And I've been wanting to build a train station for a long time, and I'm happy that I can finally, get done in building one, because I've been wanting to do a train station, for a very, very long time. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But yeah, for those of you who are new to the series, welcome to Nostalgic Feels Animal Park, which might have a new name pending. If you watch till the end, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyways, so yeah, we are working on the train station. And like I said before, I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I'm pretty happy with it. And you know, it's whatever. It's just a train station. It's nothing huge. But it wasn't too bad. It was a pretty quick build. I think I got it done in I don't know, maybe 20 something minutes. So not too bad. Mostly it probably wouldn't have taken as long as it would have, but I kind of made a couple mistakes and I had to fix them. So yeah, I just kind of had to keep fixing a bunch of mistakes over and over again. As you guys can see, I'm already fixing a couple mistakes, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty simple. Nothing too horrible about it. And as you can see, I kind of got everything done here and placed some glass in. And I might honestly, I'm thinking about changing that to brick window frames instead. Just because it looks a little awkward. So I think I might change that to brick window frames and then just put actual windows in it instead. Just because it doesn't look right, to me at least it doesn't, and I don't even know why I put these down. I changed that later on. And as you guys can see, I kind of start doing the track, but as you can see, I'm having issues, so I actually had to move the whole train station over to the left a little bit, and I actually ended up moving it for a while. It actually ended up taking me a minute. And, whatever. I sometimes I like to show the kind of grit that this series can give me, so that way you guys know what it's like for me to record these videos, you know? And I actually end up getting rid of one of those, and then I kind of go and place that down, and then I had to fix another mistake I made. So yeah, as you guys can see, now we finally get the train tracks to start. And I kind of decided to leave the space in between the lake path and the train tracks themselves, because I actually I want to put trees in between it, just a couple small trees, just because I want to keep that kind of secluded, you know, because I've been making it secluded the entire time pretty much, and I actually end up spending a lot of time on this. Eventually I just give up on showing you guys this part and just kind of cut it out. Eventually I do anyways. But as you guys can see, yeah, it took me quite a while to do it. I actually ended up, yeah, as you can see here, unfortunately you can't do that, but I end up putting a train station down and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I ended up just cutting out after a while and just being like, all right, this ain't it. And eventually I also decided to kind of do something like that. Kind of just cut that corner off, and then we go ahead and build our other train station. And why don't you guys, if you're still watching the video at this point, why don't you go ahead and let me know which train station you liked better? Because I'm actually pretty interested to hear which one you liked better. So yeah, so as you can see, we do kind of just throw all that in, and I add railings to those paths because, you know, there should be railing there. And then we kind of go with the window frames and more window frames, because I like a nice open type look. The other train station wasn't really as open, I guess you could say. It was more of an actual building, and this one's kind of more like a canopy almost, I guess you could say. And I was going to put those walls on the other side, but I figured there was really no point in it. So instead I just decided to do them on both of those sides, and as you can see, I just, was having trouble lining it up just a little, and then eventually I did get it lined up, and then we placed that, and then we kind of do this because we end up doing a little glass roof, and it's like nice and bright in there. It's great. But yeah, you know, I just kind of finished the rest of that off cam because you guys have already seen me build so much train stuff. I figured, why would you want to see more of it? And then we finish up this watchtower, which this watchtower I built off cam because it was really difficult to really kind of get it going. I'd never finished it, but like, as you can see, it was mostly done. And it looks pretty cool, you know, you can kind of really tell from everything there. And as you can see, now we're just kind of doing education boards. And a lot of them keep saying that they're far away. Now, something I'm not really too sure about is like, does that actually matter if they're too far away, the education boards? Like, because something tells me it really doesn't, but I'm not sure. Like, I think the animal talk points do. Like, I think if they're too far away, like, they just won't go to them. But, you know, we also do get some animal talk points in as well, but I'm pretty sure I do all that off cam. But as you guys can see, I did put a little habitat camera in there because I kind of wanted to see if I could put it up on that screen, but for some reason you can't. I don't know why they don't have that in the game. And as you guys can see, I kind of decided to add a little bit more dimension to this watchtower. And we kind of use these logs here as like a little corner piece, and we also kind of use it as a support piece as well. So as you can see, we kind of just go ahead and grab all that, move it over, and then, yep, we kind of just do it for all the windows, kind of just make it look as a nice support piece. Now that little corner support path, you can see like the two little skinny wooden towers. I decided to just leave that there. I don't know why. Something just told me that it was cool. It was fine. It wasn't too big of a deal. I don't know. But anyways, I did notice that was sort of floating, but I'm just going to kind of leave it because I don't, it goes inside the arch if I don't. But yeah. Now we get to the more exciting part, which is the prairie ecosystem. And I'm really excited about this part. And I actually did a spectacular job with the decorating. Not to be super confident in my abilities, because you know I'm not like superb at the game. I know I'm not, but I'm very happy with the way it turns out. And it may look a little weird at first, but trust me, it's not even close to the final product. I end up switching things out and etc, you know. And I'm actually pretty happy. And I don't think you guys would be able to guess the combination of animals I use here because it's kind of a random combination of animals that I put in here. It was, you know what, I was gonna leave it mysterious so you guys would, you know, you can just wait and see for yourselves, but never mind, you're already in the video, so I might as well tell you. It is going to be a mixture of camels, not the bacterian ones, the dromedary, is that pronounced like that? I don't remember. And then the bison and the prairie dogs. It was honestly between, I was kind of caught in a mix between the camels and the ostriches. But there's a Asian birch tree that looks really good, and the camels like those birch trees because they're Asian, and the they are part of like the Asia area, continent, I guess, filter. And the ostriches obviously aren't, because I mean, have you ever seen an ostrich in Asia before? Because I haven't. But yeah, the camels did like the Himalayan stuff, so I did leave the Himalayan trees. And honestly, part of this was like, you know, just like not having, or just having to deal with not everything being super happy with like the plants and everything. And in all honesty, I was pretty okay with that. So another thing that I do is kind of place this roofing in. It doesn't look super spectacular. It kind of looks a little awkward, but I don't know, I like it a lot more. And as you guys can see, this is sort of what the finished product is for the decorating. And it might look like, you know, I'm pretty proud of it. And we kind of get rid of some more grass because the prairie dogs, as you can see, weren't a fan of how covered up everything was. So I just decided to kind of get rid of small things, bits and pieces, until, you know, they were happy with everything. And then I think the last thing I get rid of is those purple flowers, because those purple flowers didn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, as you can see, I get rid of those, and then the prairie dogs are a little bit more happy. As long as everybody's at least somewhat happy, that's all I care about. The bison, I think, are the only ones that were 100%. And then I think the prairie dogs were also, actually, you know what? The prairie dogs were also 100%. So the camels that I think were like 90% because they want mostly sand and I can't give them mostly sand, otherwise the other two animals. So it's just kind of like a pick and choose who you want to be 100%, you know, the two animals or the one. And it's not like they're super mad about it. They still have a lot of sand and they're still not like, you know, super upset. Like I still think that they are in the 90s of welfare. So yeah. But as you guys can see, I take these train tracks and I kind of do a little bit of a thing right next to there. And I try to automatically do it to see if the game was smart enough. And the game did this. I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking. I can tell you this, I'm a lot smarter than the AI for the train track building. As you can see, it wasn't very hard. I mean, it did take me a second, and I actually ended up being super picky with it because of how easy it was. I was like, let me just keep doing this over and over again until I get something that I'm actually somewhat happy with. And I think that's what I end up doing. And as you guys can see, just kind of like moving some trees around and whatnot, and editing the thing so we have two trains. The trains go 50 miles an hour, and then we go ahead and we give the train Nostalgic Games colors, and I'm super happy about that. I love it a lot. And then we kind of build this path out over here, and we get ready to make a bridge, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted, so I decided to just kind of make a grid path. And I'd like to eventually, I will talk about it later, but I would like to eventually turn that into a restaurant over in that area. And I do build a staff area and whatnot as well. But, you know, just kind of figuring out what we want is in this little small area over here, because it just kind of goes right back into the central zone, which is what I've called it. And then I, you know, kind of started repainting everything because the camels were a little more upset that there wasn't as much sand anymore. And they were all fine. So I was going to call it the Prairie Eco, but I think I just called it, yeah, it just says Grasslands Eco for now. Obviously the video is probably going to be titled Prairie Eco. I don't know. That's what I was feeling at the time. And then I started kind of building a staff area. And, you know, that it was pretty normal, I guess. And we end up building like a little bathroom square little area. And then, yeah, obviously you guys can see now this is where I'm building the staff zone. And yeah, I feel like we definitely needed another one of those way further out because we didn't really have any staff area done. So I'm kind of happy that we have just a kind of awkward looking one, but it's there, you know. And then I do go back and edit the work zones, because something I completely forgot about is that in these work zones, the other work zones did not have the veterinary stuff. And so I went back and changed it and made sure everything was all good. And then I add a nice little wind turbine in, and everything looks pretty nice for the most part. And then what I end up doing is kind of just turning this into a little, like, not a plaza, but like a bigger area. You know, might put a statue in the middle of there just to kind of make things, you know, cool, I guess you could say. And then we go ahead and we get some more staff. I actually end up getting rid of one of the educators because we don't really need 3. We only really need 2 of them. And then I place animal talk points up there. I did. And then as well, I think I go ahead and put one in the... I was going to put it inside the nature center, but I figured in that little circle area, it would be kind of cool to have people gather around over there. And then I put another one in for the Aldabra giant tortoise. And I don't know if I really am going to put ones for the other creatures, like the reindeer and the wolverines and whatnot, just because there's not like a cool spot to really put it, like all the other ones that I did were. And then obviously I put some more donation bins and stuff like that down, but that's the end of the speed build, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right. Hello, everybody. That was one of the longest time. I think that's one of the longest times I've ever spent recording a build in a very long time. And look at these people are going up the Watchtower. Isn't that great? So, anyways, so yeah, here's what this area looks like. I'm loving the way the decoration looks. The decoration looks incredible. I love it a lot. And these people are reading education boards. Let's go. So, is it not gonna let me go up the stairs? Come on. Come on. Nah, okay, it probably won't. So, instead, boom. So here we are, up on the Watchtower, and you can look down and you can watch these guys, or can look over here. Isn't that cool? And then we will also, just gonna quickly get this vet research done. Okay, no more current diseases. Good. Let's get you on the tortoise. And let's get you on reindeer. We've had reindeer for a while and I've yet to really research into them at all. So anyways, so now we can go ahead and look over here. And we got the prairie dog, bison, camel thingy. Obviously you guys know that because we just looked from over, not in the watchtower, or in the watchtower, like the bottom and then the top. And the watchtower doesn't look the greatest, but it doesn't look that bad either. So I'm not that worried about it. And look at that. That looks great. I'm loving this. I love this a lot. And then, of course, we're just going to kind of skip over here. And eventually, we will do something down here, but for now, I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, then we got this train station. I'm probably going to add some text, like, up in this sort of area. Like, up on top of the windows and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, look at the train. I love the color. We got our nostalgic game colors. So, yeah, here's what the queue looks like. I did kind of decorate the queue just a little. Not a lot. You know, just kind of made it look a little different. And then, obviously you guys saw me make the queue for the other one, so. And look at that. And then you can come over here. And there's the lake sign. I would probably, if I could, I would put ecosystem, but that's a lot of letters and I don't think it would fit on there as well. But yeah, it's kind of like hanging off of the little pegs. Ignore the tiny amount of space that's there. I will fix that off cam. But yeah, look at that. This lady's getting tired. Well, you could just sit down that bench behind you, like right behind you, but you know, hey, whatever. If you want to walk all the way over here, you can. First person to comment camel, I'll give them a shout out in the next episode. How about that? So yeah, make sure you go ahead and leave that comment. Yeah, I guess let's kind of, you know, talk management a little bit, because I know there are some of you who do enjoy a wee bit of management. So, obviously, I don't know if, I think I did show it. I'm pretty sure you guys did see. Added another work zone. Central zone is what we're calling it for right now, because I'm not sure what we're going to do here. But something I do know is I think, actually I got to move this bench over because something I plan on doing, now I'm not like set on this, like super set on this, is I would like to put our first restaurant. I don't know if we're going to build one or if we're just going to place a blueprint one. Probably just a blueprint one because it's just a restaurant. It's not that crazy. But yeah, I guess that's kind of what we've got for now. And then I hope you guys like the bridge, by the way. I'm pretty proud of that. And I love the train color so much. I love the color of the train. It looks so amazing. So the next episode we'll probably build a fountain, a giant fountain here. And then we will figure out maybe something, we'll put something here. Maybe we'll do a whole, like, maybe we'll do a habitat here. I was thinking, like, maybe a shop or something like that. Maybe a shopping center. Yeah, maybe we'll do shopping center here. And then habitat here. Or something along those lines. We'll figure something out. But right now, I'm kind of in love with what we've got going on. So we've got our lake ecosystem, our grasslands ecosystem, prairie ecosystem, whatever you want to call it. And then I guess you could call this the forest ecosystem, but I don't know. I'm thinking one of the names I have for this zoo, because we never actually came up with a full name. I think we call, yeah, Nostalgic Feels Ape Animal Park, which isn't necessarily set in stone just yet. I was thinking about calling it Ecosystem Animal Park. And I don't know, I just think that's a cool idea. But hey, you know, whatever. If you guys like it, you like it. If you want to keep it Nostalgic Feels Animal Park, we can keep it that too. I don't know, it's up to you guys. If you've actually made it this far to where you're hearing me talk about this, go ahead and leave a comment on which one you think. And man, I love that. I love the decoration of this so much. It looks so good. I can't get over it. But We don't have any animal names for this episode, unfortunately. But for those of you who do want to name an animal in the future, all you gotta do is go into the... Actually, we're gonna do some stuff while I talk about this. But all you gotta do is go into the comment section. Go ahead and say the name of the animal and what animal you would like to name. And that'll just be taken care of for you. And by the next episode, you will get a shout out. So pretty simple stuff. Pretty easy way to get a shout out if you ask me. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and give it a shot. And I think I want to start using this quaking aspen a little bit more. I think this is where we're going to leave off. I know there's some nitty gritty stuff I got to do, like placing a ton of trees around here. That's going to be a lot of work. And then other than that, I don't know. We'll figure something out for what our next builds are. Now, we've been focusing kind of North America just a little bit. Actually, a lot of it, other than like the tortoises and the peacocks. But yeah, we've been pretty much focusing North America with like a sprinkle of some European and Asian animals like these camels. I guess they're a little bit of Africa and Asia. And then like the red deer and stuff like that are Europe. But unfortunately, they don't have like whitetail, blacktail, or anything like that. So you kind of... We're just gonna call it just like any kind of North American deer, really. Because that's what I would like for it to be, but whatever. And something else that I wanted to do, actually. I'm not going to bother. I was going to lift this roof up, but I don't know if I really care that much. I honestly don't really think I care as much. Maybe I'll do it. It's something to do off cam, I'm sure. And yeah, so I think... Do I see litter? Oh no, it was just your shoes. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to leave this off here. If you guys did enjoy, you know, hey, that's awesome. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit that sub button, hit the noti bell, and for, you know, if you guys want to talk to me, hit me up in the comment section, or you can go on the link down below and join the Discord. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.